Hey everybody, Charlie here, and today I want to talk about how all good things must come to an end. Yeah, you heard that right. Some things just come to a crossroads and they just have to go a different way. So today is just going to be short and sweet. I just want to talk about how everything's going to change from Charlie Naebeck Co. over to Creative ID Co. Now, technically, this has been a long time coming. This is nothing new. Some of you guys knew about this already as well. But I just want to go ahead and actually come and be straight with you and tell you what's up because I want no surprises and stuff like that, no holds barred. And so, with all this stuff, long story short, I've been a photographer now for about 34 years. And so, my grandmother gave me a camera at age 10. And little did she know what she'd unleash in the world because it sent me to places I've never dreamed of. I've met people I've never dreamed of meeting before and stuff like that. And I've had a really, really great career. But I'm going to tell you in 2024, it's a really hard thing to simply make it as a photographer. We'll save that for a different video for a different day. But today I'm just going to say I'm expanding my horizons past photography into some other realms. As some of you know, I've been doing website design for a while. I've actually done this for about 20 years or so. I've been in the tech space in addition to photography. And I do stuff like SEO, security, marketing. I do business startup strategies. I do different consultation things, things like that. And so when I started Creative ID Co., I actually started this in August of 2022. And I started this because I actually moved here to Columbia. Long story short, I left New York City in late 2019, and I went back to Michigan for a while to go ahead and spend some time with family. And I deleted all my socials. As anybody out there that's been following me for a while knows, I killed an account on Instagram that had 250,000 followers. What's up with that, you know? Everybody thought it was crazy or I'd lost my marbles or whatever, but I was like, no. I was like, you just got to kill it sometimes and you got to start over, start fresh, whatever. And I mean, I was just in a bad place, anyways, because like I had lost all my work in New York and I just was in a very bad space at the time. So I was like, let's kill it, let's reset, let's start over. I spent about 2 years in the woods and I started making things with wood and metal basically. And I needed a spot to sell my wares because I started making these really cool tables and lamps and knives and things like that. And so I was like, I'm going to reopen an Instagram account and post up my wares and see if anybody takes traction, see if this is even worth my time. And so when I did, my now wife, she went ahead and she slid into my DMs, as the kids say. We started talking, and then the rest was history, how we decided to get married here in Colombia and all that good stuff. Now, when you move to a foreign country, a word of wise to anyone out there, you have to plan a little bit more than I did, is what I might say about it. I had a remote gig at the time. I was working tech support for a company doing like just inbound emails and phone calls, things like that. And they basically said, hey, we can't have our data in Colombia. And so I was like, okay, bye. I'm going to get married. Like life's happening, all that good stuff. And so I also had a remote teaching gig, and I was teaching photography for a school I had taught at in New York. And basically, work dried up because people would cancel last minute, and I'd already reserved the time. I couldn't book any other things in that space in there, or the work just simply wouldn't come because like everybody's really slow at booking photography lessons. So I was like, I gotta reinvent the wheel, so to speak, and I gotta create something new. Well, I started to develop 42 different ideas that I had because I've always been an idea person. I've got 1,000,001 ideas, but there's only one of me, and there's only 24 hours in the day. And so as I started to develop these ideas, I threw the proverbial spaghetti and just to see what works and what didn't work. And I had some success teaching some of my former students, and I've had some success where I started to build websites for people. I had some success where I was able to do some marketing with folks. But I mean, really, to be honest, the rest of the 42 ideas failed miserably. And here's the thing, you have to get over failure really quick, and you have to get over the failure, or the fear of failure, I should say, also. Because if you don't, you're going to just sit there and spin your wheels over and over and over again. So me, I had to push the needle forward. I had to provide for my family because my wife and I got married. We started our family down here and stuff as well. And I was like, what do I do next? Well, when life gives you lemons, you either squeeze the lemons and you make lemonade, as they say, or for some folks, they might throw a little bit of vodka in there. I tried everything, to be honest, everything under the sun, and I came up with Creative ID Co. And what I did with Creative ID Co is not only to go ahead and do websites, because websites on their own, that's great, but like there's a bunch of different services out there that you can start your own website with as well. You won't get my expertise where I can jumpstart you a lot faster and get over all the pitfalls and stuff like that you'll encounter eventually. But I mean, there's other ways to do that. So I decided to expand my services. I got certified as a life coach. I got certified to teach English as a second language. I got certified as a business analyst. I got certified as a front end developer. I already had photography and my art degree under my belt, technically. So, hey, I was like, let's mix it all together and make an agency. And that's how Creative ID Co. was born. Last year is when I really figured out that was what was working after I started putting all the ideas together in 2022. And so I was like, let's focus on this one thing and take it there. And quite frankly, it's been a lot less stressful to go ahead and focus on one thing, so to speak, instead of like 50 different things. Because while I had 42 really good ideas, the honest answer is any idea that's a great idea, it takes roughly about 2 years to go ahead and get it into fruition. And so I've been doing like the website thing, and I've been doing teaching and all that kind of stuff for almost about 2 years now since we've been in Columbia. We're going on year 3 here technically. And so I'm just now starting to see some traction on there, and I'm getting everything together, and I'm going to forge full force ahead on this is what I'm going to do. And so with that said, you're going to see the names change here on the channel from Charlie Naebeck Co. over to Creative ID Co. You're going to start to see this on all socials in the next few weeks as well. I've already done it over on Facebook. You're going to see this on Instagram. You're going to see this on TikTok and anywhere else that I live on the web. It's all going to become Creative ID Co. I'm already forging full force ahead with all these plans on here. I'm going to move all the classes over from Charlie Naebeck Co. And so if you haven't seen it already, I've got photography classes over there. I've got like my beginner 101 kind of class over there. I've got advanced class over there as well. I got a street photography class. And then I got into teaching how to do like WordPress stuff and how to go ahead and do like AI and things like that as well. So if you haven't seen that yet, you can go over to charlienaebeck.co. And it's going to move over to creativeid.co. And so that'll be the new website and all that good stuff. Now, when it moves, here's what's going to happen with Charlie Naebeck Co. As you all know, I've got a really long history doing stuff under my own name in photography. And so I want to take that back to doing photography, and I want to take that back to doing creative projects over on that page in there as well. It's going to be stuff, mainly doing stuff that I want to create and put out in the world. And so you're going to see a lot of photography projects over there. You're going to see like woodworking, metalsmithing, things like that. And I'm going to slowly but surely develop that channel more as we navigate out of Columbia this year and we move back to the United States. And so that'll be slow going over there. But in the meantime, y'all can go ahead and follow on creativeid.co, and you can go ahead and follow all the socials as you have and stuff like that. I'll still be doing updates and things here on the channel, but you're going to get more content on the channel now too. So what that means is I'll be talking about how to develop your own website, how to do SEO, how to go ahead and write content, tofu, bofu, all that good stuff, as some of the marketer people might know out there as well. I'm not going to be focusing on just photography anymore. I'm going to be talking about things that will actually help creators, help small businesses, things like that as well, and just throw this content out there. I feel like I've actually limited myself for a very long time because what a lot of people don't know is I do many other things other than just photography. And some people say, hey, just limit yourself to one thing and do that one thing really good. I've done that for 34 years now. It's been a great run, but it's time to go ahead and explore my other passions, so to speak. And that's like in the web design world, it's in the business world, it's in doing stuff with SEO, it's in marketing, things like that. I do those really well as well. So if you want to start a project with me, you can visit creativeid.co or just hit me up straight up. Go ahead and drop me an email here on the channel, whatever, and we'll go ahead and we'll hook it up. From there, I'm just going to say thank you to everybody that's followed all this stuff for photography. If you decide to unsubscribe from my channel, I won't hate you, but I'll be sadly disappointed. And so I'd really encourage you to please stick around. Go ahead and check out the new content and stuff that's coming. You'll see the logos changing stuff as well. Don't get all in a panic or anything like that. It's just me switching from one name to the other. It's still good old me behind all these projects on here, but now you're going to get a lot newer projects and stuff like that too. So I look forward to sharing everything with y'all, and thanks for sticking with me and stuff. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe, like, turn on notifications, all that jazz. It really helps me out as a creator to go ahead and give you some new content. So thanks again for being here, and I will see you soon.